Hey, what's up guys, this is Raptor, and today we are going to be doing my first ever Technic build. Now, the only reason why this is on the table is because, aside from the one that I'm about to do, the only ever big Lego project that I've ever done was this Porsche 911, which, of course, this car is Technic, this one is Lego, and where this is about 90% Lego, this is about 90% Technic. So there are some Lego bricks in there, while this one has some Technic pieces. This car's Technic parts come from its rear and front axle and the steering shaft, which goes down into the front axle. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen plenty of videos on, just because since it's Technic, I did want to have a good understanding of what I was getting into. This is not gonna be first impressions. I have seen speed builds and things like that, most of which I've most likely forgotten because this is 1,379 pieces. This Porsche 911 was about, I think, 1,600 pieces. So I did look at my screen time since I do record all of these. The time lapse for this video took somewhere around 5 hours, while the time lapse for this I'm expecting to be somewhere around maybe 4 hours. So I did do this one all in one go, and that's exactly what I'm expecting to do with this. It is me from the future, and I just wanted to say that this did not take 4 hours, and I know that because I only had a 4-hour window to make the car, so I can tell you that this had to be split up into 2 different sessions. I'm probably going to break it down every once in a while to talk about things that I like, whatever. I think there's like 7 bags in here, so yeah. I don't really have much else to say, so without further ado, let's get into the first time lapse. Alright guys, I am at the 1/3 mark. This is what we have so far. This looks like the bodywork. This is obviously going to be the front because we do have pistons in the engine, which is not a surprise to me. I did see those in some of the videos that I was talking about. We do have the wheels, which steer, of course, and you can see that these are connected to this right here, and this, there's a YouTuber that I watch who calls the knob on the top the hand of God. So this would connect to the hand of God, but in the finished product I'm not going to have that on there because this for me is not going to be a toy, it's going to be a display piece. So it won't actually have functioning steering because I'm just going to take the knob out, and I did find out that you can just easily do that. But yeah, this is where we are so far. This took me so long that I listened to the same album 2.5 times. I'm gonna have to put on a playlist and put that on shuffle because that got boring after a while. So the very end point of where the pistons connect to is right down here, this little orange piece right here, which I'm blocking. And if I turn one of the gears that that's connected to, you can see the pistons, which are bouncing up and down. So it's obvious to me that this right here is going to connect to the rear wheels because for some reason this is a rear wheel drive. So this is going to connect to the rear tires down here. Overall, this is looking really good. I'm sure that I still have a lot more to go over here, but I need to take a break, get some coffee. This is taking a while. I did not expect how long this was going to be. So we're going to start with the time lapse now. Alright guys, I have finished the second third of this this whole thing, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit of the front done. We've got that nice little Ford logo with the lights and the front bumper, or at least a portion of it, and I believe this is also included in the front bumper. The rear wheels now are attached to the piston, so you can see if I move, well, it's this, but on the other side, you can see that the pistons do move. I had a small problem, which you should be seeing a video of, where I know the time lapse is really fast, but I did slow it down, so maybe you can see this better. I had to completely disassemble the back portion to change out a gear because it didn't say what size the gear was. So I put in the wrong gear and I had to completely disassemble it, take that gear out, put the new gear back in, and completely reassemble the back portion. Luckily though, I saw that I had made a mistake before I needed the gear that I had accidentally put in. So I didn't go too far, but also I wish that hadn't happened all to begin with. Not much else to say, aside from the hand of God, like I mentioned earlier, is connected right here, which is going to go up to the rooftop. And if I spin this top portion, you can see that the steering does work. But this is essentially useless to me because the hand of God I'll have taken out. So, but of course we're still going to build it regardless. So we do have functioning suspension, which is great. You can see it wiggles really well. So yeah, lots of wiggle room. And on this last bag, I am going to be completing the exterior of the truck, and I'm sure some of the interior as well. So we're gonna hop right into that now. Alright guys, I'm currently putting the wheels on. This was very interesting. As I said, this is my first time doing a Technic build, so I'm not very experienced with Technic, and of course, I decided to go with the biggest thing I possibly could. That feels a little bit like a mistake, but also I'm glad that I gave it a really good try, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Lego bricks are more my style. I don't know if there's something that I'm missing, but a lot of the times putting these Technic pieces together was really complicated. It felt like I was trying harder than I was supposed to because maybe I wasn't doing it right, but there are many times where something just didn't feel like it went together all that well. That's all I really have to say about that. It's, you know, Technic is cool. I'd rather it be a 90% brick to Technic proportion. You know, I gave it a really good try, and I'm just not that big of a fan. So now we're gonna go ahead and pop these wheels on. Jesus, this is already difficult. I hope they're not all that difficult, because that was kind of a lot. It's 2, 3, and there's 4, finally. Just Technic's not really for me, and we're gonna go ahead and take the cherry out of it. It's kind of like taking a price tag off of something. So now it's just full-on display piece, that's it. It's nice looking. When I picked this up, I was telling my wife that it looked really ugly, but I wanted to get it just because it's so big, and you know, I had not given Technic a try yet, so there it is in all of its glory. Especially in that third bag. The first and second bag, you know, well, the first bag really, it was just exciting. I was happy to, you know, be starting something new, and the second bag I was like, wow, I have a lot more to go. And then the third bag, it was like, wow, this is taking forever. And it was starting to feel like a job that I wasn't getting paid for. Originally, I thought that this was gonna take me 4 hours. I started today at about 11:30. I took about an hour and a half break at some point. It's now 10:01. This I would consider to be an all-day thing. So if you like Technic, I'm sure that this is for you, but if not, I really wouldn't recommend it. I usually do Lego Speed Champions, and the only thing I've done outside of that would be a Porsche 911 that was 1,600 pieces. This is 1,300 pieces. But enough of that. Let's go over the features, because this is pretty cool. So of course, like I've already said that I don't like, we do have the hand of God, which steers, you know, the wheels for you, because the actual steering wheel doesn't do anything, but this can go on the truck bed. Then we have the hood, which allows you to see the engine, which of course has the pistons like I was talking about. You can see them there. I'll zoom in on it. And then we also have completely opening doors with side mirrors. Could you open? You're making me look stupid. The doors do open, but that doesn't really like to open or close because there's a lot of pressure on it. That's it. I'm happy with it, but the build process was too much. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And next time I'm gonna do something that doesn't take like 8 hours. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.